33, when fear whispered they, called it a warning. The year was 2015. The place, a small town in Ohio. A young woman named Stacy. She had everything to live for. A loving family, a man who adored her, and a job that she liked. But one day, out of nowhere, Stacy began to experience terrifying nightmares. Every night she dreamed of a dark, shadowy figure that would stand at the foot of her bed and whisper threats into her ear. Though she couldn't make out the words, she could feel the icy hot breath of the creature on her skin. And every morning she woke up trembling and confused, not knowing if the monster from her dreams was real or just a figment of her imagination. Then the strange incidents began. At first, they were small things. A whisper in the dead of night, a dark shape moving in her peripheral vision, a cold spot in the middle of summer. But as the weeks went by, the events escalated. She started finding scratches on her arms and neck, just like the ones the creature had in her dreams. Then her phone started ringing at 3 a.m. with no one on the other end. And once she even saw a pair of glowing red eyes staring at her from the forest behind her house. Of course, none of this made any sense. So Stacy did what anyone else would do. She turned to the internet for answers. And when she came across a forum post that described almost exactly what she was going through. Except the poster's story had a horrifying twist. After reading about all the strange things that had happened to her, she had only one conclusion. There was something evil living in her closet that was feeding off her fear. But some people weren't so sure. They said it wasn't a monster that she needed to be afraid of, but something much more sinister. Something that had been with her all along. They told her that she should ignore the warning signs, because whatever was in her closet wasn't just a figment of her imagination. It was a harbinger of death, a specter that whispered to her because it wanted her to listen. When she heard this, Stacy thought they were crazy. How could she have been so close to danger without realizing it? And why was the entity only revealing itself now? But deep down, a tiny seed of doubt had been planted, and as the days passed, it grew into a large, dark tree that loomed over her rational mind. Then one night the unthinkable happened. She woke up to the sound of her name being whispered, not by a monster from her closet, but by a human voice. And when she turned on the light, she saw a pair of eyes staring back at her from the darkness. So now I ask you, what do you think happened next? Was it a monster or something more sinister? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.